Greetings, dearly beloved, and happy full moon in Sagittarius. My name is Trey. This channel is Experiential Energy Anatomy, and today's full moon tarot reading offering will be featuring a very special spread. I have been called by my guides to offer to the collective today the Secret of the High Priestess spread. And this is a 9-card spread that is based off of the symbolism of the High Priestess card from the Rider-Waite tarot deck. Now, as I cleanse the cards and the space for you, dearly beloved, the full moons are always an opportunity to really reflect, okay, and think about this lunar cycle between the new moon, right, which is when we set our intentions, okay, in between the full moon, okay, and observing with the third eye wide open of the High Priestess what has manifested in my story between the last new moon and this full moon, okay? So I always like to think, the full moon is a time also to not only observe yourself, right, and what's manifesting around you, but other people. You can learn so much by observing other people. And, they always say, like, during full moon, people get a little cray. And I'm just of the mindset, this energy that is playing out during a full moon, it is invoking people to express the hidden, right? The hidden subconscious desires, which the High Priestess card on one level represents, the hidden knowledge. So this spread, the secret of the High Priestess, okay? This again is a 9-card spread that is asking the query, what are the courses or trends going on in the background, behind the scenes, right? How will my plans develop, or how will things continue? So this 9-card system, okay, again, is based on the intricate symbolism of the High Priestess card from the Rider-Waite tarot deck. The first and second cards represent the cross on her chest, showing the topic in question in the form of 2 main impulses that can strengthen or hinder the other. Cards 4, 3, and 5 are the cards of the moon phases of her crown. Card 3 is the full moon, representing the current main influence or energy. Card number 4 is the waxing moon, and this represents the power or energy that is gaining influence. Card number 5, the waning moon, shows the power that is losing energy or influence. Okay. And then you can see here the 2 black and white columns on her sides. Card number 6 represents what is in the dark or in the subconscious, what is hidden from you currently. And number 7, what is in the light, right? What is consciously perceivable to me currently. And then card number 8 represents the moon bark at the High Priestess's feet. Okay, this represents the energy of where is the journey leading? What will come next? And then finally, the 9th and final card represents the book of her secret knowledge in the High Priestess's lap. This is initially concealed as it is laid. Only when all the other cards have been read may this card be examined. And if the 9th and final card is a Major Arcana, one of the 22 Major Arcanas, the High Priestess has agreed to reveal her secret. And if the ninth and final card is not a major arcana, the High Priestess has decided to keep that knowledge hidden in the background. So you can see just this little preface of the symbolism of this one minor arcana shows you, dear viewer, the depth of symbolism to the images, to this archetype. It is so much more than staying silent on a lover. Now, if you're still with us, thank you so much for joining us. Let's open up the sacred space to receive. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today on this full moon in Sagittarius, June 14th, 2022, according to the Greco-Roman calendar. Spirit, elevated ancestors, higher beings, devas, fairies, angels, with humility and divine grace, we invite you into this universal collective tarot reading for all humans in all signs and all places. Spirit, we propose the query: what is the current course of trend on planet Earth? What hidden subconscious archetypal energies playing out in the background require the ritual of the High Priestess? Spirit, how will plans develop on Earth into the immediate future of the following lunar cycle leading into the new moon in Cancer? Spirit, how will things continue as the sun crosses the Tropic of Cancer, leading us into the summer solstice, June 21st. Spirit, please help us be a pure and accurate channel to receive. Namaste, namaste. Okay, dearly beloveds, let's dive deep and see if the High Priestess will reveal her secrets to us today. Or their secret. You know, the High Priestess, again, can be embodied by man, woman, or non-binary person, what have you. Now, in this full moon reading, we'll be working primarily with the Thoth deck as designed by Lady Frida Harris and made famous by the Fool Aleister Crowley. A beautiful deck. And these will be where we'll be pulling the 9 cards. Now, before we begin, in the spirit of invoking Thoth, the ancient Egyptian ibis god archetype of knowledge, we'll be pulling one oracle message first from the Egyptian oracle deck. Okay, one of my favorite oracle decks that I acquired. So, Spirit, what is the overall energy of the reading? What Egyptian oracle message requires our conscious awareness in the present moment? got here rivalry. Okay? See, get a good look at this image. Let that image speak to you. Planet Saturn. Okay. Saturn is currently retrograding in the air sign of Aquarius. I'm sensing here, therefore, this is some type of rivalry that is a mental rivalry. Okay, this could be, I'm sensing here, numbers 57. Number 57, for those interested in the numerology, this reduces to 12, which reduces to 3. I'm sensing here during the full moon, right, there's this theme that this oracle message is bringing to my awareness about the rivalry or tension that exists in the merging of opposites or polarity energies. Okay? It's about understanding that the energies we label as the divine feminine, divine masculine are actually spiritual rivals. And that is a deep, deep occult spiritual lesson that many people are made uncomfortable by. They romanticize that experience. When the truth is, it takes great strength to overcome petty rivalries, differences of opinion, right? In order to come into the mystical marriage between heaven and earth, between the unconscious and the conscious. Rivalry. Feeling here jealousy too. You know, people are jealous often of anyone whom embodies the High Priestess energy. And when someone is green with envy, you know, that's not a cute look. And you can just see here again this image. Okay? What is this image speaking to you, dear viewer, about the overall energy of the reading? I'm sensing here with Saturn's influence of this energy. You can see here Saturn's symbol. A lot of people experience jealousy. It's a basic human emotion. And anyone who tells you they do not experience it is a liar. And it is in order to overcome this energy of rivalry, right? In order to transcend those really limiting basic survivalist emotions, right? And that are rooted in comparison and lack consciousness, i.e., I want what they have because I perceive myself as lacking what they have. And coming back to the High Priestess energy, a lot of people are subconsciously jealous of this energy because they perceive the High Priestess as having something that they lack, again, which is their knowledge of the hidden realms, of the invisible. And that is why the priestesses and priestesses worked with music in order to make the invisible visible by the vibration of the sound. So this is leading me to feel this, like, there's this deep, with, you know, Sagittarius energy too on the full moon. There's this deep inner search for spiritual truth. And be aware, dear viewer, of jealousy within the spiritual New Age community. Comparison, again, is what I'm sensing here. Oh, what level are they at? What do they know that I don't? These are all very, I think, important things to become aware of. Again, as the collective is amidst this great shift in awareness and consciousness on planet Earth. Right? That search for intellectual, emotional, and spiritual harmony is never without rivalries. Very interesting overall energy of the reading. That Saturn energy, I keep coming back to it. It feels like a very heavy energy. This energy of walking through soup, like the Matrix, attempting to find a pocket of less dense space in this soup, right? A bubble to just breathe. Saturn rules money, and with Saturn retrograding in Aquarius, again, I keep feeling this very mental energy, this energy of thought programmings, of comparison, and being bogged down by financial and money concerns, and all that gunk, right, is what perpetuates the illusion of competition, because the High Priestess is in competition with nobody but themselves, right? The mastery of the capital S self is the only thing, ultimately, that the High Priestess understands will guide them on the search for truth, that will guide them back to the book. So, with that being said, let's dive deep now into the Thoth Tarot deck. Again, a beautiful tarot deck as designed by Lady Frida Harris. I want to give her more attention since she designed the images versus Mr. Crowley. Okay. So, you're still with us. Thank you so much, dear viewer. Let's see what is the High Priestess feeling like revealing today. Will she reveal their secrets at the end of this 9-card spread? Okay, Spirit, what are the first and second cards representing the cross of the High Priestess? Showing the topic in question, what are the two main impulses that can strengthen or hinder the other? And at the bottom of the deck, the Empress. Yes. Okay. The first card here, we have the Six of Pentacles or the Six of Discs. Success. Ooh, 6 is a perfectly balanced number. This being the first main impulse, right? Governing this full moon and Sagittarius energy. Very interesting. To the High Priestess, our first Major Arcana in this reading. Whew. The High Priest, the Empress. has a very interesting relationship with the High Priestess. Why? Because the High Priestess is of service to the Empress, knowing that the Empress, unlike the Emperor, will honor that connection. And that the Empress also, as an archetype, has their own intuitive faculties. So I'm sensing here, in order to manifest moments of success, abundance, which the Empress represents on one level, I'm sensing here there's these two impulses playing out. There's this motherly impulse, which exists within all humans, and then there's this other impulse to have material success, material things, material abundance. And the question here, dear viewer, is what is spiritual abundance versus material abundance? Because the disc, the pentacles, do not only represent currency or money, honey. Ooh, they represent so much more. Knowledge is currency in the 5D, in the new earth. This is something that the Empress and the High Priestess both understand. This is it. So how will this energy hinder or help the other? Some readers read the Empress card as the card of pregnancy or giving birth to something. That could be literal in your story, or it could be metaphorical. I'm sensing here, though, this energy of literal pregnancy may be hindering your spiritual success. That may be accumulating, unfortunately, more karma. It's a tough spiritual lesson to accept, but this is something of the High Priestess, again, understands, and why the High Priestess takes a vow of celibacy traditionally, or vows to not procreate. This is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm sensing here. I'm also sensing here there's a karmic gift beyond the horizon with this Six of Pentacles. Okay? And that in order to find harmony between these two impulses, these two energies representing the cross of the High Priestess to begin this spread, I'm feeling this message from Spirit that to receive a karmic gift, that requires sacrifice. The Empress energy must sacrifice something during this full moon. Whether that is their emperor, whether that is the image they have of their emperor, or who they want that emperor to be versus the reality of how that emperor operates. I'm just sensing, again, this theme of sacrifice is required in order to shift the cosmic scales of Ma'at and come into harmony. 6 is a perfectly balanced, harmonious number. This energy of success requires that delicate balance of give and take, not only in your relations or relationships, but with the universe itself. Very interesting. The cross of the High Priestess. Okay, let's continue and see what's going on with cards 3, 4, and 5. The full, waxing, and waning moon. Spirit, what are the cards of the moon phases? Oh, we already got one. This is the food. There she goes. Yes. Wow. Holy shit. So, card number 3, representing the full moon or current main influence or energy, is the Seven of Swords, futility. I'm sensing it's futile or pointless to cling to the old paradigm, to the old reality on this planet, versus surrendering to the shift. That is what I'm sensing. This is about understanding the lies, the deceit on a collective level. This is about, again, with the third eye wide open of the High Priestess, peering beyond the veil of illusion, using the swords of justice to pierce the veil of illusion, to arrive at truth, the objective truth that is neither good nor bad. People often say the swords are bad or negative, but they are actually purely objective. Okay, and this Seven of Swords energy it's futile to resist the shift. We, on this planet, right, I just feel there's this energy of like either you're in the boat going beyond the horizon into the new earth, or you're gonna drown with the zombie scrub nation, right, who are clinging to the old paradigm, the old reality, which again is just futile. Now, in the position of card number 4, the waxing moon, representing the power that is gaining influence on this earth, we have here the Star card. Aquarius energy as governed by Uranus. Now, Uranus is in direct motion all month in Taurus, and Earth energy. Just sensing here, this is about the spiritual, evolution or ascension, as it is called, I'm sensing here. This is about understanding that cosmic awareness, the star, right? I'm sensing here cosmic networking, like Spirit saying cosmic networking, like becoming aware of the greater cosmic environment and Earth's minute role in that environment. This may be a good time to study some esoteric occult traditions, if that is something that intrigues you or you're curious to know. Again, perhaps the astrology, just throwing it out there, about this energy that is, again, gaining influence on this earth. I'm sensing here, again, moving into the summer solstice in Cancer. For anyone out there whose sun or rising sign, right, is Leo, okay? I'm just getting this download here. Also, like, anyone also whose awareness is being drawn to their 12th house. Because, the sun is going to be in Cancer, and the sun is the governing body of Leo. But I'm just getting this random download here. Like, there's this myth that speaks about a prophecy that when the claw of the crab pierces the heart of the lion, okay, that is both Cancer and Leo imagery. Okay, that is when the truth will be revealed or illuminated. Okay, that will be the moment of illumination, which is what the star on one level represents as a major arcana. So I'm just sensing here, like July, this energy will be playing out into July. Okay, and for certain, if you are a Leo or Cancer in sun or rising, that this energy may be affecting you. Also feeling, again, that Saturnian energy in Aquarius. Understanding long-term cycles. okay? Understanding that this isn't just about the short term. This is about the long term power or spiritual influence of this energy that is gaining influence on this planet. And again, it is futile to resist this shift, this energy, okay? And like the path of least resistance is one that is often not traveled, dear viewer. And it is something I'm sensing here with the Aeon or the Judgment card in position of the waning moon, showing the power that is losing influence. The Judgment. I mean, this card has so much depth in the Thoth deck, as is again known as Aeon. Endings and beginnings, time. I'm sensing the illusion of time, the control mechanisms and matrix of time are no longer going to be the masters of the slaves on Earth, right? Whether or not you are aware of it, you are a slave to your concept of time. And this speaks all about time on one level, this card, the Judgment card. Okay? It's Spirit is asking me, rather than play judge and jury here, just to propose a question. Are you the master of your own time? Are you the master of your energy? Or are you still clinging to an old paradigm that is harvesting your energy? For what? A false sense of security. The Aeon. Judgment. You can see here in this image, there is a deep occult symbol of a young Egyptian boy who has their finger in their mouth. There's a lot of debate about the meaning of this symbol, but on one level it can indicate an initiation. And I'm sensing here, therefore, on this planet, the initiation has already begun, right? It has begun already in what we label the past, okay? And whether or not you accept, again, the new earth, whether or not you are in the boat, right, with those who are willing and able and ready to let go of the past manifestation or density of this earth, right? This is about understanding the 5D. I mean, like, this symbol in and of itself, I think, is attempting to invoke a new age, right? The Aeon represents, on one level, a new age on Earth. Okay, Crowley thought of it as the age of Horus. So this, again, is a deep symbol of Horus being represented in his first form of the child, right? The initiated holy child. I'm sensing here, again, this theme of pregnancy and birth, rebirth for people and their stories. Like, if you get knocked up on this full moon, girl, just ask the question, is the seed acidic or alkaline? Now, moving on. Card number 6 and 7, representing the black and white pillars of the High Priestess, the conscious and the unconscious, the hidden versus the known. Spirit, what are these 6 and 7 cards? more 6. Wow. Okay, the 6th card, representing what is in the dark or what is in the hidden, the black pillar of the High Priestess, is the Ace of Disc. So this again is, I think, what is hidden from the collective at this time is that this energy of cycles on the earth. This is an earth energy, okay? And maybe what is being hidden from people is this deep esoteric understanding of cyclical, subtle energies. And that there is a very, very important, again, new cycle unfolding as we approach the summer solstice on June 21st on this planet. That is the day that this planet receives the most light. So very interesting. This, again, is in the position of the dark, the subconscious, the hidden. And people may fear this change. You know, a lot of fears are rooted in the subconscious mind, as are desires. So despite any fears you may have, dearly beloved, about change, this new cycle on this planet, just know that with the position of what is in the light, we have here the 6 of Cups, pleasure. Can you find pleasure in the pain of what is dead and gone? Can you find pleasure in the beauty, in the energetic process of destruction or rebirth? I'm sensing here people clearly value pleasure, right? The path of least resistance, coming back to that energy, that phrase, it's obvious, especially, this month with Venus being exalted in Taurus, that this energy of pleasure may be guiding people, okay? This may be what people are chasing after, right? Because they value things that make them feel good, right? But in order to grow, sometimes we need to be uncomfortable. Sometimes we need to sit in the tension, sit in the pain. And there's a duality here of pleasure and pain. And that's a fine line. That duality brings to our awareness, in particular, pleasure and pain. That, there's a fine line also between medicine and poison. So I'm sensing here this energy of, the 6 of Cups often represents a soulmate or connection. Okay, again, 6 is the perfectly balanced number. Okay, and for many people who read the tarot, this is the card of often a soulmate connection. The 2 of Cups is generally the twin flame connection, and there's a slight distinction between the 6 of Cups as a soulmate connection. So I'm sensing here for some people in their stories, you may be able to clearly recognize that oversoul or soulmate connection in another this month, especially leading into the summer solstice, and to understand that that is a whole new cycle that is meant to open up for you with that other soul in order to bring both of you or all parties involved into the new earth, right? I'm sensing here, this is for some people in their story, again, leading to into July may be a very important time where a very important relationship manifests in your story. It has to do with past incarnations on Earth. In your story, it has to do with these deep cycles of time or energy. And this soulmate or soul contract that you're becoming aware of with the Six of Cups, again, it is meant to bring you forward in your journey, dear viewer. So let's check in with the Moon Bark, card number 8. Where is the journey leading you? What will come next? Spirit, what is card number 8 representing the Moon Bark at the feet of the High Priestess? That divine vessel or boat that will carry the initiate onto the waters, exploring what lies beneath the surface of the subconscious. Okay, we got here the Queen of Swords. Wow. Air energy. Feeling this resonates with Venus moving into air sign Gemini at the end of June. Mercury is also exalted in Gemini currently, the sign of its rulership. Sensing a lot of Gemini energy here, therefore. Yeah, this soulmate connection for some people in their stories, it is meant to break you out of your comfort zone. I'm sensing that other soul, maybe it's like a type of connection, right, that activates you on all levels, okay? It's not just a physical, sexual connection. There's also a lot of mental, sapiosexual attraction I'm sensing here with the Queen of Swords. Like, you're attracted to the mind of that person just as much as their physical body. You're attracted to their wit, their humor. The banter excites you, okay? It doesn't make you uncomfortable. A little bit of banter I'm sensing. The Queen of Swords as an energy loves the art of banter, right? In the Court of Swords. The Queen of Swords loves a good debate. The Queen of Swords really values knowledge, again, and understands that in order for knowledge to become wisdom, it has to be applicable. It has to be of use to the collective. And so the Queen of Swords, where is the journey leading you? It's leading you to, again, understanding that in the new earth, knowledge is currency. And when we as a collective can realize that energy is a more valuable currency versus money, okay, that is how we're going to transmute the less light, the more dense frequencies that are still plaguing this earth, and cut that shit off with the sword. Cut off those lower astral frequencies, right? And transmute the dark into the light. Transmute, again, knowledge into wisdom. Like, I'm sensing this big theme here of, the Queen of Swords as a character in the Court of Swords is often in some depictions in a large library, okay? And again, this is speaking to also, I feel, in the context of this reading, the wisdom of the divine feminine energy and matriarchal cultures. And so this journey whether you're on a soulmate journey, whether you're on a spiritual journey in your story, it's leading you back to that wisdom, right? From past aeons, past epochs of Earth, in order to understand that those cultures are the blueprints. Their esoteric wisdom are the frameworks that we need currently so desperately in order to navigate this journey of the great shift on Earth. And this Queen of Swords energy, I mean, this is about having an acute clarity, an expectation of where you're going in order to manifest that potential reality or outcome. This is about understanding that we as a collective can manifest an alternative narrative, an alternative timeline, if we have the expectation in order to do so. That is what I'm feeling here with this energy. Card number 8. Beautiful. The Queen of Swords. Okay, dearly beloveds, we are 46 minutes deep. You're still with us. We have come to the final moment. The moment of the 9th card of the High Priestess's secret spread. Will the High Priestess reveal their secret knowledge hidden within the High Priestess's book? Spirit, what is the 9th and final card? Will it be a Major Arcana, representing the High Priestess's willingness to reveal their secrets, or will this secret continue to be hidden in the realm of the subconscious, the invisible? Spirit, what is the 9th and final card? My dear beloveds, the High Priestess has decided to not reveal their secrets. The 9th and final card was a Minor Arcana. How interesting. In this case, the 9th card has no significance, which is a great conundrum, is it not? But again, the High Priestess loves a good conundrum. I hope that for those out there who are expecting the High Priestess's secret to be revealed, to practice patience. I really enjoy doing this reading for the full moon in particular. Again, giving the deep lunar symbolism of the High Priestess card. In order to placate you, dear viewer, let's pull one final oracle message. Despite the fact that the High Priestess chose to guard her secret for this full moon in Sagittarius cycle, let's check in with the goddesses, the goddess oracle deck. Spirit, what do the goddesses from the realms of the 9 spheres have to say regarding this full moon in Sagittarius, which is the final advice for our dear beloveds in order to navigate this lunar cycle leading into the new moon in Cancer with divine grace? Spirit, which goddess archetype chooses to speak. Athena. Inner wisdom. Ooh, goosebumps. Athena is the High Priestess of the Greek tradition. I mean, goodness me. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. Wow. Thank you, Goddess Athena. Just let you get a good final look at that goddess archetype oracle. Beautiful. Thank you, goddesses, and thank you, dearly beloved, for tuning in to this full moon in Sagittarius tarot reading. If you tuned in all the way to the end of this reading, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Every single comment, like, share, subscribe, and donation to this channel is truly appreciated from the bottom of my heart chakra to yours in order to grow this channel organically and get these messages out to more people who have a need to know. And remember, I'm always curious to know, again, how are these archetypes or subconscious energies manifesting, grounding down, and playing out in your story? Definitely leave a comment in the comment section below letting me know. I always respond to high vibe engagement. And please remember, dearly beloved, that this was a collective general reading. This was not a personal reading. If you are interested in connecting with me for a personal reading, diving deep into your birth chart and soul contract, my information is in the description box below, as well as my PS notes for the deep divers curious to know more about how the astrology is affecting your story. With all that being offered to the collective today, I truly, 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 truly wish you an auspicious full moon in Sagittarius, the hunter, the huntress. Go out there and again, take action without delay. Toodaloo.